What's up, folks? It is another episode of Soul Talk. I'm so excited because today's guest is, well, she's a powerhouse. She's a brick.
She's being
She's
prophetic.
been on so many things to the point where we would take a whole episode to list like all the things that she's been in. So we're not going to do that. But she's one of those people that it's very few people I know that you could just toss them a script, right? And like 5 minutes later, you're getting a great take. That takes a certain level of skill and what I call an actor's actor. But she's beyond an actor. She's a businesswoman. She is a direct her. She is a produce her and all the other things. But now she's somebody that I can call a mentor as well as somebody I have a friendship with. So welcome to the show, Brely Evans. What's up?
As you're talking, I'm like, what she doesn't know is she's like the mentee mentor. So I look at you as a mentor too, which is so amazing. And wow, yeah, thank you for all of those things. Because sometimes I'm like, I do all that stuff, but I really do.
You
Amazing.
really do. And
I
you do
really,
them well.
I feel like I'm not doing enough.
You're doing more than enough. So why don't let's take it back. Like, let's take it all the way back. What was the first day that you were like, I'm an actress? And so that could be on a specific set, right? It could be a specific moment. But when did you feel like, yeah, I do this. I'm an actress?
So I remember I came across a YouTube video of a pastor,
Hmm.
an old school pastor. My mother's like, how do you know about him? And I was like, I just found him on YouTube. And oh my God, I'm looking right at his face. But he was like a prosperity preacher. And he was like teaching on who aspires. You don't aspire to anything, you just be the thing. And so when I heard that, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm not ever saying I'm an aspiring actress again. Mind you, I hadn't booked a thing. So I was in acting class after listening to this sermon on YouTube and said, I'm an actress. And I literally just, people say, what do you do? I'm an actress. Not an
Hmm.
aspiring actress, not an up and coming actress. I'm an actress. When I got that in my mouth, it just manifests. I like, there's so many times that I think we're not realizing that every time we speak, we create. Like we are pushing these molecules out into this very room I'm sitting in, like, the things we cannot see, but microscopically, as the air comes out of my mouth, it's arranging things in the atmosphere. It's literally leaving my home. And then those things are boomeranging back to my life when I wake up tomorrow. So that's what it was. And I'm looking right at his face, and it's going to come to me while we're talking. But I'm going to give you guys this preacher, or you can follow me on Instagram, and I'll be sure to post him. Like I will post him just because I want you guys to know who this is. I'm looking right at his face, but it'll come.
I love that. It's very much an I am, right? You know what I'm saying? I am an actress. I am a director. I am a producer. I am a singer. Yes, double down on that. And so you had this manifestation of like, I am, right? And then you became, right? In the process, you manifested it. What were some of the early lessons that you learned being on set? Good, and maybe things that you needed to work on when you were, quote unquote, what we like to call in the industry green.
Well, I can just remember nobody told me, not in any acting class, what to expect.
Okay.
So I was always, tiptoeing, trying to ask questions, figuring out what I'm supposed to do, where am I supposed to go. So it was really a scary because I didn't want to do anything wrong. I really didn't know a lot when I first booked things. I can remember so vividly the very first commercial I've ever done was a Twix commercial, and that's on YouTube now. You can literally put in Twix booty. I know it sounds crazy, but you can see it. I rolled up to the set and I was like, all these big white vans were outside. And then when I parked, people were running up to my car with walkie talkies. She's landed. She's landed. I was like, what? What? Like, I was so like, what's going on? Then they whisked me into this house that we were going to shoot it in a neighborhood. And then I was like, why are all these people here? I didn't understand why there was like 100 people for this one Twix commercial we were going to shoot that day. Then someone does my hair. Someone does my makeup. They're asking me, do I want food or drink? They're pampering me. Oh my God. Like everything. Try this on. Put this on. Okay. Everything was about me. And I kind of was like, what? So then I'm on the set and they're like, do exactly what you did in the audition, whatever. Okay. So I just get free with it and I'm doing it and I'm having a good time. And then we do it a million times. And I'm like, well, why are we doing it so many times? Oh, honey, we're moving the camera, getting every angle, like the lights are changing. I had no idea. Like when I say green, I was like, and I remember getting in my car at the end of the day.
Mm.
I just worked 12 hours and it felt like two. I don't even remember being here that long. Why have I not been doing this years before? And y'all gonna pay me what? Yeah, I am an actress. Like, it blew my mind that I can get pampered and doted on all day, hair, makeup, wardrobe, food to my liking, and all these people are getting checks because I said yes to a project and they're here doing the lights, doing the sound, doing the makeup, doing the hair. Everybody's going home with a paycheck, and it's because I said yes to my dream. Girl, baby, yeah.
You were an actress. And I'm sure Twix, that might have been a nice check too.
Baby, my $40,000 first check, first project, one day of work, 12 hours. I need to understand, why did I go to college? Why do I have this degree? Because I
Did
should have
you
been doing TV. Like, I couldn't believe it.
so did you blow it or did you manage it? Were you always this responsible or did you blow
What
it
had
just
happened was, yeah, I don't even think I bought one particular thing. I just lived and was like, "Oh my gosh, like I got money in the bank." It was so fun to see. Like I had never seen, 5 digits in my account at one time at that time.
so you didn't know what to do. You just
So
like, "So
I
what we gonna do?"
like but I've always lived rich, like when I didn't have
There's
it. When my bank
there's
account
nothing
was
wrong with that.
on negative, because baby, many times, and then after that, the bank account went negative a few times too. So, but I've always lived not necessarily above my means, but I always lived like I'm gonna get it if I don't have it. You know what I mean? So I've
Okay.
always called finances, and like I just knew. Like my mother will tell you, when I was like 8, 9 years old, I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna have a butler. I'm gonna have a maid." My mother's like,
I love that.
"Who do you think you are?
Who
Like,
is that?
where'd you see that at? Where I might have saw it on TV. That's why TV is so powerful. These movies we do are so powerful. People are forming their lives off the stories we tell. So
Mhm.
there's a responsibility that we carry that we don't really talk about. And what I love about being an actor is I will play, I think every story needs to be told. But what
Mhm.
I do in spaces like this as Brely Evans and not the character, then I can help shape the world like, hey, 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 you might not want to be doing this. So, but I just, I'm having a ball. Like, I'm just so blessed.
There's so much you talked about there, but I mean, there's one moment where you talk about it, even when you didn't have it, you acted like you had it. There's that's manifestation, act as if, right? And then it happens. So, quick story. My mom, she's from South Central LA, right? Her name is Michelle. They call her Mimi.
Hey, Mimi.
And hey, Mimi. And so Mimi had big dreams, right? Mimi didn't get her first pair of, she said, actual tennis shoes until she went to college. She wore sandals. She had sandals and then she had her track shoes. She ended up getting a track scholarship. But she used to say to her friends that are my aunties, right? She's like, I'm finna have me a Mercedes E-Class, right? And she would describe it verbatim, right? It was gonna be black, it was gonna have the tint, blah, blah, blah. They was looking at Mimi crazy, like, because first of all, we're walking to the bus right now. What are you talking about, Mimi, right? Sure enough, not only did she get her Mercedes E-Class, she ended up having several and several of them, right? Along with other things, but it just reminds me of like how, like I always say, like you have to be literally delusional towards your dreams. Like
Baby, I'm so glad they came out with that word Delulu.
you have to be
Baby,
delusional.
I've been Delulu. Like, I've since a child, I was Delulu. Like, I've been Delulu. People have called me crazy. People have said, "Who do you think you are?" Before I became the Brely Evans, everybody knows. And I was just the little girl, from the Catholic school down the street. And they was like, "Who do you think you are?" I was always that chick who was like in Delulu land.
You have to literally be delulu. Like, so my delulu was, I very much come from a sports background. So my mom ran track, my dad played in the NFL.
Okay.
And so I was very much like I had multiple college scholarship offers for soccer and track. So that's what I was supposed to do, right? Then little old me at 16 decides that I want to be a rapper. right? Mind you, I'm a nerd, 4.5. Like none of this is screaming rapper at all or female rapper at the time. And so I was Delulu, literally second lunch, Santiago High School, E-table. I remember I had made my first mixtape. And back when they was physical, right? I had a little box of Mystic and I was gonna pass them out to my friends, right? At the lunch. When I tell you they laughed, baby, they laughed straight up in my face. I was mad, mad, mad at specific people. And I remember telling this one specific person, I said, watch, I'm gonna be on 106 in Park. You're gonna work at Walmart. I said it just like that, walked off. Who do you think you are? Who do you think you
You
are?
done spoke this person into Walmart, and baby, did they ever work at Walmart? I bet they did.
When I tell you a year after I graduated, I was on 106 in Park with my music videos, and he was pushing baskets at Walmart. Kid you not. To the point where I'm coming back visiting, right? And here's how I find out because I'm driving back to my parents' house. I see this person on the side of the road, and he flags me down and asks me for a ride, right? And he tells me that he's coming from work at Walmart. And he gets in the car and he apologizes to me. He was like, oh my God, Kennedy, you were so right. I should have been focusing on school, blah, 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 right? I slept on what you was talking about. I'm at Walmart right now. And I'll never forget the day you told me I'm gonna be at Walmart. And so saying to say you don't want to speak negativity over their lives. I was so young, right? But I
Wait,
didn't realize the power of my words, like at all.
is I call it a weapon of mass creation.
Mhm. Mhm.
This is that. Like, what do you want? Like, we should only be talking about what we want, what we wanna see. Like, I don't even talk about what I don't want. I remember my aunt recently, I have one of my cars parked at her house, and she said, "Be sure to leave the key in case of emergency." I said, "What are you talking about? There'll be no emergency. I'm
Mm,
taking my key because I don't want none of your little people over there to come over here driving my car." So I parked that car, and I took my key. She said, "No, no, no, leave it in case of emergency." There will be no
you
emergency.
see.
I done went out of town, been all over town, came back. Was there an emergency? There was not an emergency. But I wanna tell the people who watch this podcast that also when I'm on a plane, you wanna look for me, you wanna hope I'm on the plane with you. Because
Why?
when the pilot has the nerve, I said, "Who taught these pilots?" Like, I need a pilot's mind. There may be sudden change in air pressure. There may be turbulence. I cancel that. If you're ever on a plane and Brely Evans is on the plane and you hear a voice from a seat in the first class say, "I cancel that."
You
And
know
then if
exactly what it
turbulence
is.
decides it wants to, turbulence cease now. I speak
That's
with
when we do it.
authority, I speak it, and then I go back to rest.
Well, we
I
gonna need you
wonder
to
if there are people who looking over in my seat like,
they probably are,
"Ain't
but they'll
no
thank you
turbulence."
later.
But
They'll
my
thank you.
point is, what if nobody on that flight spoke to the thing that we have power over, and I'm the only one who had the audacity, by the way, that's my rap name, because I promise I'm gonna do a rap, project, and my rap name is Be Audacity.
I like that. That has a jingle to
I
it.
need you to get me a beat going or something, and you might have to be my ghostwriter because I don't know if I can write no rap. But I put on one of them shows I was on, had me in a pink and blue wig, and I said, "Wait, I can do Nicki Minaj now. Hold on."
I cannot see, the thing with Braylee is you gonna be laughing. You're definitely gonna be laughing the whole time, and
And Imma be doing like, be
I
audacity.
think the point is Delulu. Be Delulu for your dreams.
It's a Lulu for your dreams.
So I got a couple more questions. Like it kind of in this subject, right? Hollywood cannot be kind, right? In general, when it comes to the lack of DEI, for whatever reason, that's a hot title, the lack of DEI in Hollywood, right? And just in general, we can even talk about Black Hollywood, right? Black Hollywood sometimes only wants a certain shape, color, etc. Right. And so what I want to know is like, you've been very successful, right? You are a full figured skin, beautiful woman, right? How have you navigated that? And like, what tips would you give to somebody in general who is quote unquote like other, like if they want to enter into Hollywood?
Well, first of all, always have a mentor. Always have someone that has done or is doing what you wanna do. When you set your sight on them, nothing else matters. I looked at Queen Latifah and said, "Why can't I do this again?" You a lie, because 'cause I'm looking at somebody doing it and doing it on a level that I Baby, there was no stopping. Like there in the beginning, very, 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 very beginning, I was like, I gotta lose weight. Oh my gosh, I gotta lose weight. Like, but the moment I was like, nah, Queen Latifah doing it way too big for me to have to lose weight. And then I start booking left after that commercial. Girl, I did
Right?
another commercial. And then after that, I was in Just Right. Like it was just like boop bop boop. And I was like,
Crazy.
that I'm talking to an A-list actress, Queen Latifah, in a movie. And I've done 2 commercials prior to this. Like, where they do that at? But I had gone on my YouTube and created a YouTube channel and created The Brely Show. No script, non-scripted, 3-minute skits where I just turn the camera on. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Just turn it on and I'm gonna go for it. We went to a bathing suit. So if y'all want to see me in a bathing suit, went to a bathing suit store. I was sitting in the back of a car and we went to lunch. I think those are the 3. Oh, and I did a dance. We went to a dance studio. Y'all, when I tell you, like it was me telling the world, hey, look over here, over here. They were on set already filming Just Right. And I happened to be Queen Latifah's real estate agent. Not even
Hello.
telling her that I want to act or whatever, but they saw my YouTube and she was watching it, her and Paula Patton in the in the trailer. And the director walks in and says, who's that? That's Dana's little sister. And she's like, no, Braylee's not my real sister. I just call her little sis because people see us brown and round together. They'd be like, oh, sisters, whatever. And the director said, I like her. Call her. I want to put her in the movie. That I didn't audition for it Just Right. Like, it's my first movie. Are you kidding? No audition? Where they do that at? I was coworker 1.
That's
Coworker 1.
crazy.
I was okay with that. Coworker 1, hi, put this uniform on. You're gonna be coworker 1. Got there, was coworker 1, did my first scene and was doing my thing. And I mean, she gave me wings in that first scene because I said, again, I must have forgot from the commercial, but I was like, why are we doing this a million times? She's like, girl, they moving the camera around. I said, oh. And I said, do I have to say it the same way each time? She said, nah, do you, boo boo? I should get that tattooed on me somewhere. She literally
You
said,
should
do you?
definitely do you, boo boo.
When she said, do you, boo boo, I start changing the lines. My line was, what you wearing tonight? And we both said black. But I was like, what you wearing to the extravaganza? You know, I was just going for it, just saying whatever. So as I kept changing it up, the director was like, I like her. She put me in I got a knock on my trailer door. They said, oh, you'll be here at the movie until the end of it. So your name is Sabrina Giller and you're can you learn these lines and be ready in about 2 hours? Like they started writing more line. Every line you saw me say after the first line in that movie was written in those days
Wow.
after. So
Wow.
talk about Delulu.
The Lulu.
Like be green, go not knowing. It's like, you know, be teachable, be flexible, be free. I was free. There was a freedom about me that could not be contained. Like when my mother watches the movie, she's like, when you're on the park bench, I have 2 questions. Why did you put your leg out and start twisting your foot like this? And you're a physical therapist. Like, did they tell you to do that? I said, no, I needed to stretch my foot. Like, I don't even know why I did that. But cinematically, it
It
looked like
just
she's
because
in
you're
her
there.
therapy. You know what I'm
Because
saying?
you're
She's in
there.
her therapy moment. And then I sing courtside tickets coming my way. And they're like, wait, she can sing too?
Nice.
And guess why I sang? Because we were probably on the 12th take and I was bored of saying the same lines. Who courtside tickets? I want to go. I was like, oh my God. So to make myself have fun, that's what actors need to remember. You need to be having fun so it can translate. And so I just said, what? Because all I hear is courtside tickets coming my way. I didn't know if they were going to use that one. The acting got to the premiere and they used the singing one
Yeah.
because no one told me to do that. Like, I need actors to become so free that what is a mistake? It's a beautiful piece of art that we're going to try it again. That wasn't it? Okay, I'll try again. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need us to be like audacious. That's why it's the audacity for me to come up with a melody in 2.3 seconds after action and be so, well, I hear it, like, and sung the whole thing. Like, did coming my way. Like, didn't have no, everybody looked like, that's why in the movie, if you look at Queen C, she like,
She's
you
like,
couldn't even believe it.
yeah, but you were present. And I think, so I talk about this all the time. Listen to understand and not listen to respond, right? Like when you're very much present and when you're very much actually having an experience, your character is having an experience, right? And then as the audience, we're having an experience and everybody's just in this experience. But when you're thinking about what you're going to do, or like you're thinking about your line, you're thinking about all this stuff, then you're not dropped into the thing. And so I feel like the best actors are not acting, right? There's a technique and all that, but I'm just saying like
But they're not acting. They're
they're not
living.
act- they
I
became
don't
the
know why
character.
we call it acting. Who started that?
I don't
I've
know.
never looked that up, but I might need to look it up. And I might need to change maybe that's why God sent me to be an actor, because I'm going to change the name of acting to, hi, I'm a liver. I
I'm
live.
a liver. Yes.
I live, I live experiences in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. What? I live for,
Yeah.
what do you do for a living? I live
I
in front of the
live.
camera. I'm a liver.
I love that. I absolutely love that. All right, so segue though, right? You talk about, okay, there was some times where the money was in the account and there was some times when the money was out of the account.
Woo, baby.
Boom. And so, when I look at actresses and like producers, directors like yourself, right? I call it staying booked, right? And so there is a strategy to staying booked. Like, so what has your strategy been?
My strategy is language.
Mm.
When someone says, "What are you working on right now?" Never say the N word. What's the N
Ooh,
word? Never say that. Always say, "Oh, I'm in between projects right now." You just set up the universe to bring you something. That
okay.
I didn't even know that I was calling in my next thing until maybe an interview. Somebody asked me that, and I said, when people ask me about projects, I say, "Oh, I'm in between projects." It only dawned on me like, oh my God, I've been calling in project after project after project. Like, I'm never not working.
I love that. No, I
And
love that.
when you say never not, that cancels each other
That's
out.
a lot of that. Yeah,
Come on, I need you to come on.
I
Send
got it. I got it.
Come on.
I
It's
never
a double
not.
negative. That means I'm working.
I'm working.
I'm working. I'm always working. Always be working on something. So I book myself when
Hmm.
I'm not booked by someone else. Do you know how many projects and movies I've written, TV show ideas, like up the wazoo, you know? And I've just gotten to the place where my faith has called me to step out to actually record them, because I've been, gathering them up for so many years. And just now meeting people like you who say, you can do this. Absolutely, you can.
You could
I
definitely
just
do
need
it.
to know. Like, what? I'm like, okay, I'm doing this, and I'm still living, and I'm not like destitute. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, like, I still have food in the refrigerator. But we've got to. It's like, live now. I was literally talking about one of my movies I forgot about tonight to one of my girlfriends. I said, "Oh my God, I have this cute international film." She was like, "What?" And I was thinking about that. Brely Evans. Like, I have a whole international film sitting in my computer.
Mhm.
It's
I
not.
think I think that's the key is just language and like and your approach and then also willingness. I think there's power in the word no just as much as there's power in the word yes.
Absolutely.
Like knowing what to say yes to, but always say yes to yourself. And so, couple fan questions I got to sneak in. Here we go. All right. So, one of my favorite projects, and you know what? I think in general, right, when we're like, when we have fans of certain things, we think back to like the time of our lives, right? When like we experienced something. And so, like, I feel like for my generation, right, like Sparkle is forever going to be like, it's just going to be
Yes.
something because like there's like two favorite things on there, right? With like Jordan Sparks is just Jordan Sparks. And then like Whitney Houston is like Whitney Houston, right? So, do you have any stories you could share from that experience or like just, what was that like?
Where do I start and keep it contained? I'll never forget the moment when I heard, Braley, 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 come here, sing this right quick. Auntie
You
Whitney,
want
you
you
got
want
called
me
Auntie for me. Oh, sing that right quick. Oh, she's harmonizing with me. Sing this right quick. Come here, y'all. Teach me how to Dougie. That was out when that movie was being shot. Hey, y'all, come on. Teach me how to Dougie. Come on. Like she had a purse. She was putting her hand in her purse. I was like, She's putting her hand in her purse. Like she's a human. We don't think of people as people when they're superstars. We're
Mhm.
like, you don't have a purse? She was like, Brayla, you gonna do lunch for me today. I'm like, she gonna yeah. She was telling me, date younger men. You have this energy about you. You don't need to be with no old man. You need to, girl, go younger. That's gonna be for you. I'm telling you that. Like she was my auntie in real life. Like every morning she played gospel music in the trailer.
Mm.
When we came in at 4 a.m. to get hair and makeup, she already had it rocking. Like she set the atmosphere. She was so kind, so down to earth, so the Whitney of the Bobby Brown, the Whitney and Bobby show. She was her all day. Like, so baby, you know what I'm saying? On that she was this. You know what I'm saying? She was real. She was I was devastated in rehearsal of the first rendition of Color Purple that was released for smaller
Mhm.
ensembles to do it.
Mhm.
I was in rehearsal as an understudy uh for Miss Sophia. And so I
Mm.
was sitting in the audience watching them rehearse because that's what understudies do. And my phone rang. I had to stop. Everybody stop! Like that's how I announced. I couldn't believe like, my phone was ringing off the hook. And they were like, "What?" I was like, "Somebody just called." Like. And when they told me of her passing, I was done.
Yeah.
But she just became my auntie. We had just finished the movie. I think it
Wow.
was like a month after, you know? I was invited to her house. I was ready to go over auntie house. Like, like
That's
I didn't
tough.
even get my good like
Yeah.
it just was so special that I got to witness a light so bright up close and personal and touch her and be with her and
There's nothing else to say. There's nothing else to say. What has been one of your biggest lessons that you've learned over your career?
that I am enough. I think this industry will have you believe you got to do all these things. You got to, like just run your race. Don't look to the left or to the right. Your lane is wide open. Ain't nobody do it like you. I even had to tell this actress girl one day, she thought I was trying to take her part. I said, baby, on your worst day. You can't be Brely. On your best day, you can't be Brely Evans. And on my worst day, I can't be you. Baby, I'm not worried about you taking nothing from me or I can't take nothing from you. What is for me is for me. And what is for you is for you. So, there's a journey that we all have to take, and everybody's journey in acting looks different. Yes, I teach and I mentor actors, and I have set up a forum for them. So please go to school and join the Actors Army because this actors army is about me deploying actors into the marketplace. Like that's why it's army, right? Army is a place to be disciplined. An army is
Mhm.
a place to learn skill. An army is to be deployed to go to war, but your own personal war. There is no competition. I
Mhm.
don't care what the next curvy actress is doing. It don't matter. She doesn't have the same experiences as I've had in my life that is going to make me read a scene in a particular way. We are using our whole so
Mhm.
I can't be compared to anybody else because I came from a two-parent home. They may have come from a one-parent home. I don't have any brothers and sisters. They might have 10. So I see the world differently. So that's what makes me unique and special. So we all have this uniqueness that is a gift from God to use as our arsenal to go get the jobs done. So it's like when you don't get something, like, okay, great. If that one wasn't for me, but what we should be celebrating that you got a chance to act somewhere. That's
Mhm.
all this for. It's a mini little movie. It's a mini little
Mm.
self. That's your personal movie, and you can do it the way you can want to. You know,
Mhm.
and that's what I sometimes on these audition tapes, I do it the way I want to. I don't care what the thing says. Like and I think I've gotten booked a lot of times because they're like, well, damn, she brought something else to the thing that
I
everybody
see that.
that first
I see it
choice
all
ain't
the
the one.
time.
The first choice ain't the one. It's not it. Nope. Mm-mm.
I say that all the
I'm
time
very
as a director, when I'm looking at self-tapes coming in, right? It's always the person who brought something that I didn't even imagine. Like, that I'm like, "Ooh, that. Okay, I didn't
that.
know I
What's
wanted that.
that?
I
Because
didn't
then
know."
you're thinking, "Oh, this person knows how to play. This
Mhm.
person knows how to be free. Like, they might be good on set." You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so yeah, you just made me think of another TV show I have. Oh, but yeah, so, Yes.
in this project. All right, let's talk about the family business, and then we'll have some fun. And I got a little
Season
segment we'll
6.
go to next. Season 6 of the family business. We just had one of your fellow actors from the family business on the show, Darren Henson,
Man,
and
I love you.
right, and he was telling us just about how great it is to just have a phenomenal cast, right? Phenomenal writers. 6 seasons is like really hard to get to
First
today.
of all,
Like
they ain't even happening these days, especially
that's
for,
not.
Catholic folks.
Oh, no, they're not doing that. No. So, like, the fact that you guys are at season 6, like, why do you feel like this show is so special, right? And, like, let's say I was a new, like, watcher, like, why should I start tuning in now?
Well, here's the thing. If you're a new watcher, I don't even say start at season 6. I say to go over to Netflix and start at season 1 because you need to fall in love with all the characters, fall in love with the storyline. And this show works because everybody is coming together as a family for real. Mind you, we worked through COVID. We're in these pods living. The women had a house, the men had a house, and we like you could not leave. Oh, during taping, we slept at s- in these houses in a pod. You could not go to the store. You could not drive your car. You turn your keys in. It was like you check in and you got a grocery like they took care of us. We stayed in these mansions that had swimming pools and hot tubs and we had food meals cooked. Like, like they took it like that's why. When
That's
you
great.
take care of your people, they take care of you. Like we want to do a good job. We want to go deep. We want to we wanna do it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't nobody there like, "Oh, is this thing over?" Like, no. It's a family, and I really believe it starts with the head. Indy Brand, like, come on. Indy to Trey, Veronica, Carl Weber. These people have created an atmosphere for us to just caterpillar to butterfly. They've created a cocoon that this holds us so you know what I'm saying? So it's like you just want to be great for them. Because guess what? After the scene is done, you hear, yeah, let's go. Okay, moving on. Like they're celebrating scene by scene, like when it's quiet, we need to do that again.
Mm,
But you're waiting for the video village to literally celebrate. And that's when
wow.
we're moving on. Like so we are acting with a vengeance because we want to hear that cheer go off.
Mhm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like they just have created an atmosphere of excellence and love. The energy there is just good and it's translating. And that's why we're at 6 seasons.
Make sure y'all check out the family business. Make sure y'all check it out and support the
On
like I
BT
said,
Plus, baby, every Thursday night, new episode.
check it out. All right, we're gonna get into this next segment. We have a segment on our show called Top Five, right? And so we come up with these different categories, and then you give your top five. I give my top five, and there's no right or wrong. It's just a matter of opinions, right? So you've been in one of my favorite rom coms. Well, and then let me add, we're adding black, right? So it's a black top five. Okay. So I want to know what is your top five black rom-coms and why?
Top five. Last Holiday.
Okay.
Loved that film. I just love everything about it. Loved Jones.
Yeah.
Come on now. Loved Best Man. What? Ooh, what's love got to do with it?
That's a rom-com?
Okay.
I
Wait a
don't
second.
know about
Okay, that's not rom-com. That's just black film. Okay, rom-com. Give me what about well
okay.
then it's Love Jones. Yeah, Love Jones is rom.
That's rom-com.
Then what else have I just
You're
loved?
so missing so many. You're so missing.
Yeah, they're all over the place. I'm trying like they're right there. Like
Why
there's
don't
so
you just do the one you're in? Like, what are you talking about?
does that matter? Just right. Rom-coms. Like there's so whatever it takes. There you go. That's another one I'm in.
Okay. All right. You struggle
Because
with
I
them
didn't want to
too.
do the ones I'm in. I'm like really going back to, while I'm sitting there like, oh my God, look at them.
Alright, so you missed some. Like, and I'm gonna hit you with it. Okay, so Love Jones is for sure in there. That's like
Yes.
without a doubt. The Best Man.
Yes.
2 can play that game? How did you miss?
Oh yeah. I was on a 10 city tour with Vivica Fox. Yes. Okay. It was so good.
That's crazy. Let's see what else. Oh, it's tough. It's tough because I kinda wanna do, like, Deliverers from Eva was cold.
Was
Like,
that a rom-com?
that's definitely a rom-com. It's Gabrielle Union and LL Cool J.
Yeah, that was. Okay, okay. I don't know why I went to, a whole 'nother movie.
It's okay. There's a lot of them. Let's do I don't know, let's see. See, a lot of people wanna do Love and Basketball, but I'm not gonna do that one. I'm not gonna do that one. I'm gonna do, it is very good. I'm gonna do Something New with Sanaa Lathan.
Oh, that was good. Something
It
New
was
was good.
really good. It was
It was
very
a
good.
romantic comedy. Okay, yeah. But see, when I be thinking romantic comedy, I was like, they wasn't really laughing in that movie, but, it was a romantic
Well,
f
then, Think Like a Man. That could easily be in
boom,
there.
that was great. Mhm, that
That
was
was
fun.
right,
That
right?
was
Okay.
mhm.
Alright.